DJI Avata drone. First flight. Never flown first person point of view before. DJI goggles, little antennas up, and the controller. So we're gonna try to figure all this out while recording at the same time. So there's an external battery pack that powers the actual goggles. Keep that in your pocket as we turn the goggles on our head, and we see, oh wow, that looks really nice. You can zoom and focus here nicely so you can see. And we turn the controller on. I see what the drone sees. Press the button once. Button to start the motors. Motor starting, press and hold the lock button to take off. Okay. So, this is my first drone flight on the DJI Avata. Number one, the actual view in the goggles is pristine. I'm getting used to the motion controller, which you kind of tilt left and right to go left and right. Okay, get ready to follow it. I'm gonna go straight, okay? So this is my first flight with the DJI Avata. I've never done first person point of view. You can see Zach over here this from the camera, and he's taking video of me. You just tilt it left and right, and it actually goes left and right. And then when you pull the trigger, it starts accelerating. So if I want to go up, I point it straight up, and I just accelerate. So behind me, Zachary's playing with the DJI Avata, the brand new drone from DJI. If I could pick up the motion controller and he could pick up the motion controller and get the hang of it, this is a pretty fun, easy to fly first person point of view drone. Now we're just on normal mode. I hit sport mode for a couple seconds just to play with it to give you an idea of what the speed is like. But we're gonna go hands-on with this for quite some time. We're gonna be playing with this until I think winter comes. Maybe we'll venture down the winter as well and see how this drone fares as well. But so far, first impressions of this drone, super fun to use, super agile. The Fly More combo is a must-have. You gotta get those extra batteries. And that motion controller, super fun. Today, if you haven't figured it out, we're unboxing the DJI Avata, their latest FPV drone. We're gonna get right into it with this overhead camera here. So let's open the box here. You have to remember one thing when it comes to DJI. They really learn from everything else they do in the previous generation of drones. If you wanna wonder how this is gonna fly and you've flown some of their other drones, then you're gonna have a very good indication right there and then. DJI Avata combines a lightweight body, it's got propeller guards, it's got more robust chassis, so that means that if you're gonna crash this a couple times, you should be okay most of the time. There's some really cool things in here, such as power efficiency, a turtle mode that will flip it back on its proper side if it's upside down and it lands that way. It's got downward vision sensors, time of flight sensors, a 1.7 CMOS sensor, it's got 155 degrees of ultra-wide vision from the camera, which is insanely cool, and an aperture of f2.8. Color profiles are on board, such as decine-alike, and obviously your standard color gamut, and of course it records video up to 4K 60 frames per second, 2.7K at 100 frames per second, and 1080p at 100 frames per second with, of course, rock steady stabilization and horizon steady stabilization. Let's check out what's in the box. This is the Avata Pro View Combo Bundle, the DJI Goggles 2. We got here a separate box here with the actual Avata drone. Ooh, Fly More kit, which has 2 more batteries and a battery charger as well. Built-in propeller guards, which we're going to get to in a second, increases the capabilities across the board, whether you're going to crash this thing or maybe fly indoors. That's what a lot of people do with these FPV drones. They fly indoors. Here inside this box, we've got the combo that has the motion controller and the goggles too. Now the goggles too have a higher quality image experience, which means better actual screens for your eyes, lighter, more portable, dual micro OLED displays inside there, and of course with the movement of the FPV drone, it's going to be a lot more stable as you're watching that, especially in that FPV first person point of view. It supports H.265 decoding and transmits up to 1080p 100 frames per second with ultra low latency. So this drone is compatible with the DJI Goggles 2, which of course we have over here, and it's also compatible with this motion controller, which gives you a very cool way to control the drone with one single hand. No, I'm not trying to shoot you. I'm trying to show you the motion controller here overhead. You got the actual trigger here on the left side. You've got a tilt control, lock, recording mode, a little joystick on that side, the top as well, a brake on the top, you've got a power button on the right hand side. Of course, this is a whole new way to control the drone, so we're looking forward to playing with this as well. Opening the Avata over here, we've got a USB-C to USB-C cable, and you can see the drone itself The battery right on the back over here. It's a really it's a thick battery, and you just squeeze the two sides and you can pop the battery off like that. And it comes with, depending on the kit you get, will come with a Fly More combo, which has 2 extra batteries. This one has very little charge in there, so we're going to have to charge that one up. But the frame is very, very open in terms of the way it's designed. If you look at the overhead kind of view, you can see from the side, it's a really open, lightweight chassis with the propellers in the guard. These are not folding propellers. This is not like the Mavic or the Mavic Air or the Mavic 3. This is a very different design. Camera guard here as well, which we're going to show you. So the guard pops off the camera just like that. And you've got that new wide-angle lens over there as well. And it is pretty light in the hand. I mean, it's definitely not Mavic Air light. It's not DJI Mini light, but it is a lightweight drone for sure. So we cannot wait to get more flight time and to give you a more in-depth review. If you're not already tuned to this channel or subscribed to this channel, do hit that subscribe button down below with the notification bell, and you'll get instant notifications when we've got that video to share with you. Or listen to the show or the podcast on SiriusXM. It's Your Tech Report weekends on SiriusXM channel 167. Of course, you can listen to the podcast version on your time. Just go to YourTechReport.com. We've got all the links over there to the SiriusXM show, plus the podcast on all the platforms. And we'll be back on this channel, I promise, with a more in-depth review, some more footage, and we'll put this side to side with some other drones that we have from DJI to give you an idea of how they compare, even though they're not really comparable, but we'll show you the differences between this FPV experience, how the goggles work, the DJI goggles too, and of course that motion controller. We're looking forward to getting hands-on with this. So do stick around, and thank you for watching this video.